Hello everybody and welcome back to Sky Factory 4, episode 5. And as you can see, we did a little bit between episodes, so let's have a look around, I would say. How are you doing, Scott?
Great, how you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing pretty fine. I like your new armor. Looks good on you.
Oh, thank you. I try.
Vanishing potion for the win.
Yes.
Yeah, makes it look way better than before. Right, so we did a couple of the saplings. Where did we stop last time? We did gold, we did silver, we did diamond, I believe. So we did do copper and nickel, and we also did do netherrack, cookie, bacon, and donut. Because why not? I mean, those were the same kind of recipes we had before. It's like either take a sapling from this and some resin from that, and then, you know, craft a new sapling, or it's make the ember, put it into the smeltery, put a sapling in there, and then get the other sapling. So there's nothing really to watch there, and we want to get that going.
For the bacon, you do have to kill a pig and cook the pork chop, and use it on the chopping block, and
yeah, but, you know, that's small stuff. It's easy.
Well.
It's not much to it. It's looking good though. Everything is getting drained, so our filing system worked. Let's go downstairs, have a look around. I say that and then I fail. Right. So over here we have a little lava setup going. I made one of the metal drums from Barrels, Drums, Storage and More. That is completely blocked. As you can see on the left hand side, it's like 2/3 full. 50 out of 64 buckets. Don't ask me why, because it was full a while ago. So I moved the ender tank that I had on top here. I moved that over here so it can be filled directly from the cauldron. So what is all of that? Well, first of all, up here we have a super sound muffler that I set to a range of 2, so, you know, just around it, and it will just muffle the UI button click, which is what that dropper does there. You know, the click, 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 click. It's pretty annoying. So that one will make sure that that doesn't happen. It's easy to do, really. Let's have a quick look. Muffler. It's this guy over here. You can also put that on a string and around your neck. It's pretty nice, but this is a stationary one, and it's really just a note block and some wool. So that is pretty easy to do at this stage. Then right here, this setup, well, we have a stone cauldron with a torch underneath, which you can see somewhere there, with a dropper on top. That dropper gets all the cobblestone from the upgraded cobblestone generator over here. And then there's a comparator. Now when this cauldron is full with lava, it will emit a redstone signal of strength 4. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Goes into the block. And underneath that block, there is a redstone torch, which switches off then. And that will switch off the redstone clock, which is set to required redstone. And that redstone clock is what powers this dropper, making, you know, the cobblestone fall into the cauldron, making lava. So we don't burn through cobblestone when we don't need to. The ender tank is full, and this drum stopped working somewhere between server restarts. So yeah, it's not going directly into there. There is, obviously, I get to that in a second. There is another another tank. Don't even know why I went upstairs. I need to go downstairs again. Up here. And this one is fueling the tank of the smeltery. Here, you can see all these cables. Look familiar, right? We did a bunch more storage. These are all full. Everything that's closed is full. So, running out of space. You also see that we have some pipes here that you don't know yet. I get to that in a second. I did get the compact chest from Compatch Storage working. Look at this big thing. This is amazing. I like it. That's a phaser rifle. What was the other thing I just saw? Waiting for the shotgun to appear. Anyway, so we have one over here. We have the cobblestone generator over there. We have another chest over there and another one over there. And they all have different priorities on their settings here. This is 11. And as it says here, smaller goes first. So this is on 11. It will go last. This one right here is on 12, and that one over there is on 13, I believe. So everything will get put into the filing cabinets on 0 before it even tries to put it into the chest, and if it can go in that chest over there, it won't go in this one because this is on a lower priority. That's how that works. I also made one of these barrels, drums, crates, chests, crates, I think, yeah, for the cakes, because the cakes wouldn't combine with the folder, which is pretty weird. And now we have that issue that the cake is still going in here. I can put that in there, just right click, see, it worked, 29 now. But the storage system doesn't really recognize it. Might have to do with the metadata, because it says Happy Birthday Dagosto, which is the mod dev of Sky Factory 4. But then again, it should, because that's the exact cake that is in there. I did try to set filters and blacklist and whitelist and play around with NVT data, and well, it doesn't matter. This right here should extract that cake on whitelist. As you can see, it's always on, but it's still not putting it in there. And I know that the pipe works. You can put stuff on top. What did you do?
Nothing.
I hear thunder. It has to be you immediately.
See?
Okay, and up here we got some sort of a Chinese workshop going. I mean, that's the mod. That's quite a nice mod. I mean, look at that. It looks beautiful. Mostly. The rest is just me not being able to build something beautiful, but it looks good. Did rearrange all of the things up here. There's not much new. We have an auto drying situation going on here. So this up here is the cable from cycling. Now let's have a look at that before we go any further here. At cyclic. Where are the freaking cables? No? Ah, they're here, obviously. So, item cables move items around. Item extraction cable takes item out of an inventory and puts it into the cables and to move them somewhere. The same exists for energy, which we don't have yet. The same exists for fluids, and then there's this bundled cable, which we've been using because no, don't do that. Don't have that highlighted. There. We're using the black ones up here because they are easier to make. Believe it or not, this bundled cable transfers all of the three. And if you look at that, it's just obsidian and brick stairs. For the rest, if you use these specific cables, you need gold nuggets, you need redstone, you need iron nuggets. There's one more crafting step, and if we just use the black ones, we can attach them to whatever we want. So we just made a bunch of those. The extraction cables themselves, energy we don't use yet, but you can see the recipe here. It's just a dropper and a pressure plate, and then it's the same nuggets, iron, redstone, and gold. They're pretty easy to make and pretty cheap. Drain state out in one direction between any compatible blocks. Connect this to another tank or fluid cable. Yes, so that's what we've been doing here. These are all extracting from the drying rack, putting them into the storage, and this one is extracting from the storage, puts it onto the drying racks. Seriously, weather! Can we sleep that away? It's not night yet, huh?
Nope.
Dang it!
I already tried.
Dang it. Alright, other than that, there's a shopping block here. We use that for the bacon. I put the cow in a jar on one of the fluid extraction cables and put that into a wooden barrel. There's the chest builder, which is working now, which is absolutely lovely. Put the market over here. Yep. This works. I mean, I have set up some filters here because you can put something on the drying rack and take it straight out again if you want to. So these are filtered saying only take out these things. And those don't have filters, but this one has a filter. This has a blacklist. Don't take out these things. Why not? Well, because otherwise we would create a loop. Take the leather out, put it in storage, take it back out, put it back on the drying rack. Don't want that. So whatever we put in here, it doesn't really matter. But the finished product has to be one of those three that we filtered here. Otherwise that system won't work. We still have our manual ones over here for, small things. I think that's pretty much it. Smelting is automated. You put your stuff in here, then you pour it in there, gets taken out. You already saw the lava tank behind, so that will never run out of lava. Shouldn't be an issue. And that's pretty much that. The only other new item is this guy over here, the weirding gadget, because we are all weird people. Look at this. It's relatively easy to make, not cheap, but by now we can do it, and that is basically just a chunk loader. And since we've made these platforms in chunks, let's press F9 here real quick. See, the bridge is a chunk, and then this whole thing here is a chunk. That's why we made them 16 by 16, so that actually works. So the mob farm is one chunk, and this loads exactly one chunk. The tree farm is one chunk that also has one of these things, so that will be running. Since this is a server, this will be running non-stop now. We will be getting our items. I think I stuck that underneath here. I hope I did. Yeah, right there. It's running. It's lovely, right? So, that's enough reminiscing. Let's get to work. We still need more saplings. We do want to have all the missing ones. Hopefully by the end of this episode. So cobalt and ardite, we need to go to the nether and get that material. And by now, since we upgrade our tools, we can actually do that. But going to the nether is always a bit of a thing. We want to be able to fly around a little bit. Obviously, we do have the best armor in the world, as you can see. Right here. But we do want to fly. And I think we're just going to go with the air charm. Easy to make by now. There you go. I have one. You want one?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Leecher. So this thing, walk on air, sneak to descent, right click to toggle. It's off, it's on. Alright, I'm gonna put that up here. I'm gonna take... Well, I'm not gonna take out the wing chun. That still gives me slow fall, which is quite nice. I don't know if they collide with each other. I have a fire charm, so I shouldn't be set on fire while I'm moving that. They lose durability, but you can recraft them, so who cares, right? I can do that too. You have a shotgun there. I have a phaser rifle. We do get those. We do get those from the mob farm. Let's just go downstairs. It's easier to look at. It's over here. So we do have some phaser rifles. There's one that has already been used. I have no idea who that could have been. Rod of elevation we don't really need when we have flight. Anything else in here? There's a multi-tool or an omni-tool, and then there's all the android parts and different things. A doomsday matrix. I like how that sounds.
Oh no,
yes.
He found one.
1? 4.
Oh jeez.
Yes. We also have a new cake, the Lost Cities cake. We're not going to go there just yet. We are going to the Nether to get the missing saplings, and then we need to get into power, because we need to get into mechanism. Let's look at that here. Mechanism. There's a lot of blocks in mechanism, but the one we really want... Do I find that really quickly? Probably not. Well, first of all, a magnet would be nice. Some sort of magnet. And then... Where are you? There, the digital miner, that freaking looking thing. Because if we go over to the Lost Cities to get the missing resources that we can't get around here or in the Nether, and there are quite a few. Let's have a look at the progression line here. Where is that actually? Age of Storage? No. No. Age of Exploration. These up here. Travel to the Lost Cities or Twilight Forest to locate whatever ore that is. And I just don't want to run around there and mine all the things by myself. I want something to do that for me, especially now that we have the chunk loader. I can just walk away, put everything in an ender chest, teleport it over here and not worry about it. So, ready to go?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the wrong cake.
You went to the wrong place.
Might as well have a look around. Oh wow, where am I? Oh, this is dangerous.
Yeah, you start out in the middle of nowhere.
No. I'm attached to one of the spheres. Let's put the cake here. Why do I have 2 cakes? Did you get none?
I got 2.
Well, okay, well then put it away. But yeah, this is the Lost Cities. It's pretty dark in here. And as you can see, there's a cube. I'm just jumping upwards. There's an apartment complex. Well, since we're here, might as well. Vein mine all the things. Eat some apples. There you go. Creeper! Creeper dead. Yep. There are sometimes chests in these buildings, and you can see this is not really that fast. You can run, but basically, I mean, look at this. You're running. You're not flying. So, it is a thing to have. It's not the best, but hey, it's better than nothing. I should switch off. Wrong button. This button. Yeah, that's better. Any chests around here? We can plunder. Usually they are in the basement.
No, they're down inside the buildings.
Yeah, phaser rifle is half empty though, and we don't have a way to refill that yet. Just shooting random things. This is the right place. It looks the part. You're looking good. You should, you know, eat some apples or something. Anyway, over here is the first thing we want. It's cobalt ore. It's gonna take a while because obviously I'm flying. Can I? There's more. But you know what? We're just gonna look for something that's easily accessible. Like that guy over there is easily accessible. He's dead. Whoa! Don't you wither me! Well, that one was dead. Stop doing that. Stop setting me on fire. Who are you? Why are you doing that? Oh, it's you. I like these weapons. We just need to upgrade them to something good.
Yeah. And carry a power supply so they don't drain.
Yep. Allied ore. Come on. Why is this taking so long? Is that because I still have that charm on? Do I need to switch that off actually to make that work? Alright. I folded. I made myself another pick. It's the party pickaxe. It's pretty cool. Let's have a look. Party. It's nothing much to it other than the reinforced obsidian ingot, which is really just some iron bars and obsidian. So nothing bad, but this thing is absolutely awesome. It has 100 mining speed. Mining level 4 seems to be enough because we do get cobalt and ardite, as you can see. And if you right click, you get cake. Because why not? It just takes up a lot of durability if you do that. So let's get somewhere where we can actually grab the stuff we want. I still have one phaser rifle and probably 2 shots left on it. So if I don't have to, I'm quite happy not to use it. See that? Yeah, let's take some of the netherrack as well, why not? I should also eat. There you go. That's looking quite okay. We do need more cobalt though. There's some. Let's see if we can get all of that.
I got 23.
I got 5. Well, then you have what we need. The other thing we need is a little bit more soul sand, probably. Anything around here easily?
Oh, always need some more soul sand.
Yeah.
Get it? Soul sand? Huh?
Yeah, I got it.
You sure?
I can take it. Oh, glowstone.
That's funny.
Thanks for vein mining. More glowstone.
Thanks for all the fish. What?
Yes. Thanks for all the vein fish. There's more cobalt. Alright, so we're gonna go and grab some more of this stuff. We'll meet you guys right back at base when we start doing things. Well then, back we are. The first ardite is smelting up, as you can see. So, we're gonna take this out. We're gonna put one of these magma slime saplings in there because we can. Do that. Come on. Ain't got all day. Come on. Scott already did the cobalt one, so we don't have to worry about that. And now we can just cast the ingots. Lovely. Give me my sapling. Where is it? Ardite, sapling. Lovely. And you can see cobalt is coming in. Lovely. All the lovely. Anything else lovely? Not you. We seem to be missing some of the mulch. So, let's take out our that thing. Just need that. Boop. Done. Growing. Alright, now we need to watch that, because it will go into the overflow chest until we set up folders. So let's go downstairs very quick and have a look. Where is it? Over here. No, not you. You can stay open. You're fine. Well, any day now. There you go. There's some resin. There you go.
Ooh.
We did make this thing though. It's a magma anvil. And what you basically do is you hook that up to lava. It seems to be empty right now. Well, it's kind of getting stuff. Not fast. But it's repairing the party pickaxe, which was almost broken. I think I had that down to 50 durability, and you see how much that takes, right? So that tells me that our little lava setup over here is not doing too great. Why? What the hell? That is weird. That drum is empty, definitely. It's trying to fill back up. Also, I figured out what was wrong with trying to mine things. The pick was broken. Yeah, it's just a simple case of a broken pick. See how fast that goes now? Lovely. So you are filling up. That's where you're supposed to go. It is filling up. It's filling up that. It's just draining as fast as it's filling up. I don't want the cobblestone. Thank you very much. You can have that back. Yeah. It's a bit of a thing. Where are we now? We want to do the emerald one. Diamond, tin, nickel, we should have all of that. We need to make the green slime crystal. Let's go over here. It's easier. That is green slimy mud, and we should be able to just do that. Lovely. Now we need to cook that, which we're going to do over here. This is automated, or semi-automated. Down here, you just put the coal, and then behind here, which you can barely see, are some cables. The same cables we've been using everywhere else. And they are putting the coal pieces, they have a filter for the coal pieces only. They're putting these into the furnace. So whenever I use up the last charcoal piece there, we will have some coal going in there. What I don't like about the cables is that they have their own inventory. So right now, there are about like 2.5 stacks missing here, which are stuck in the cables, trying to put them into the furnaces, which they can't do just yet. Well, there's that, right? Emerald sapling. Done. Off the list, please. Then quartz needs an emerald sapling, so we could just quickly make another one. Another quartz, netherrack, and the magma slime crystal, which is that, which we should have. Yes, look at that. Let's cook up you. And you see there's the coal going in there. Do we want to make another one of these? Yeah, it's probably the easiest, right? This is also something we could do. Well, that's the same recipe as that. 4 balls is 1 block. What are we missing? Sand? Really? We're missing sand? What's happening? Missing sand. Sure. Let's miss some sand. Let's make some then. How about that much? How about the game lagging and then having 18 stacks? That's also working. Lovely. Nope, it's the wrong button. There you go. Cook that up. Thank you. And can we make this one now? Yes, there's quartz sapling. Now we just need to make another emerald one. I'm always running back here. I can access that from every side. I could just stand here. But that would have been too easy, right? Seriously. Emerald sapling. That guy. Quartz is done. That is good. Now, glowstone needs quartz resin, which we obviously don't have yet because we just made a quartz sapling. So might as well get that going. The biggest thing about putting this Chinese thing down here is that I have no idea which way I have to go. We need to color code the exit. It's a thing! Shut up! Alright, so that's growing. Now we need to wait for some resin. We need to wait for stuff anyway, so we can filter things out and put them into the filing cabinets. So, be right back. And we're just waiting for the amber to cook. There you go. Pour that on there. Hopefully that's the right sapling. You never know. Come on! Do your thing. Should really put another casting table here so I can continue casting while I do that. But then on the other hand, we are done. There you go. That should be in the system now. It's the osmium sapling, right? There you go. I did make the glowstone one. It's not that difficult. We had all of that, including the quartz resin now, so that was easy. What we can't do right now is the prosperity one, because that needs these, and we only have 4 inferium essence right now. We need to go to the nether and kill some more creatures to actually get that. And for that, we really want to get the weapons going. So we need power. What am I looking for here? Mulch. Might as well. Glowstone goes over here. And osmium goes in here. There you go. It's just that. Lovely. I can put that in here and it should be imported back to the system. There you go. Seems like I don't have the stack upgrades in here yet. I can fix that soon-ish. That's going. So I have to set the filters and the folders, not the filters, the folders for those in a minute. But for now, We're just going to worry about other things. We need to get power going. I mean, we've seen that this lava anvil is doing good, but it basically wrecked our whole lava supply. It just takes too much for that little setup to handle. And we don't really need to expand as long as it's only powering the smeltery, which we also need to expand into a big smeltery. And then we have this going on. If you've seen the last series, Sky Odyssey, we had this glitch. Yes, we had that over there as well with the pedestal. Here it seems to be the overworld cake. I'm pretty sure that's the one from the Lost Cities, because it didn't do that with another one. Anyway, we're gonna work on some things. First of all, I have shown you that we set up something over here, but I didn't get into that. That over here is gonna be our horsepower grindstone setup. So that we can go in here and say, here, have some coal, which goes into the upper, which will go into the grindstone that's gonna be here. So let's have a look at the grindstone. Grindstone. That one. Needs 2 leashes and a lot of stone, which we don't have cooked up. Interesting. Can we actually make stone just like that? I can't remember. Is that a thing? We can make it out of slabs. We do have some of those. There you go. That should fix it for now. Oop, grindstone. There you go. Horse-powered grindstone. And it tells you everything you need to know. Once you're holding that in your hand, you can see that the area is marked out and it's red here. This is green. If you put it right there, lovely. Coal has been put in, as you can see. Now we need a horse to walk around here. How do you get a horse? First of all, so we put stuff in here that goes into the upper, that goes into the grindstone. Once it's done, the hopper will take it out and put it in here. So it's fully automated up to that point. We can probably hook up some export cables there and just grind for forever if we want to. Now we need to get a horse going. Let's go over here. That's one of the mechanics we haven't really gotten into yet. You have seeds for pretty much everything. Here's some horse seeds, which we should be able to just plop down. There you go. Can't work them. A sprinkler will probably work, but you can just bone meal them. And mature, break it. Have a horse. Cute. The plant broke, otherwise you could see the sapling down there again. There is a chance that it stays, so you have a chance to get 2, 3, or 4, maybe even 5 out of one plant. Then again, it's not that bad. What do you need to get one of these? Horse seeds. There you go. An apple, some seeds, and some leather. Skeleton horse seeds. Apple, skeleton seeds, and bone. Skeleton seeds is flint, seeds, and bone. You see the pattern here, right? It's the same as the saplings, just not as big, I'd say. We need some more leashes, though.
You can grab him with a lead. Don't you have your handheld thingy?
You know, that lead that just got used up in the grindstone making?
Well, there, I made 2.
Yes, and it needed 2, so that's good.
Okay. Oh, I don't know.
Easy to do. We need the slime ball, though. Any should do. Yes, there's 2 more. Only need 1. There you go. Yeah, I should be able to just right-click or shift right-click them up, right?
Just
Sometimes.
right-click them. Regular right-click.
Yeah, no, it doesn't work. Well, with the lead, yes. The pigs and the chicken, you can probably even pick up just like that. Follow me. Not you. You shift right-click, you should be able to pick it up. Yeah, you did. Hey. Come with me. How do I get you downstairs, Chloe? I mean, there is that bit of a thing where we are actually a platform too high, and you probably can't use the elevator because you're stupid. Well, there's always the usual method of doing this, right?
Come
on. Oh, that was
careful that doesn't kill him.
Right on the cable. Well, we'll see. He's doing fine. Don't know what you're worried about. Yeah, no damage. I even still have the leash in hand.
Nice.
And we should be able to right-click that on there. And there it is. And he will just go. It's not the fastest one. Speed 0.2. Yeah, well. Also, he's not grown up yet, isn't he?
Nope.
I'm saying he. Don't know, actually. Looking cool, though. Well, here we go. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Here we go. And yes, we have pulverized charcoal in there, so it is working. Slow, but then again, you don't need to do anything about it. It's cool. Now then, that we have that going, still working on the prosperity sapling, we want to get into power. And two things I have worked out that could work for us. What's the mod called here? Simple generators. There you go. There's a lot of them. Combustion, culinary, ender, nether, soul, geothermal, fluid, and turbine. And they all have different values on what they can do. I have looked at the culinary and the combustion over here for two reasons. Let's have a look. No, don't over there. Right here. There. I hate it when this cursor is still blinking and you just want to look at the recipe and you start typing stupid things. Combustion generator. So you can put pretty much anything that can burn in here. And we have a ton of leaves. And you can see they're doing 2000 RF per leaf block. Saplings as well, so we could filter those out and put them in there. And this has bacon leaves, so this has all the modified ones as well, not just the vanilla ones. And we have a ton of vanilla even. Sorting leaves from the Twilight Forest. Sure. There's 133 pages of this. I'm not going to go through all of that, but there's a lot of stuff in here. Even the lanterns, because they're made out of wood. Cool, so that is one thing. And then we have this one over here, which I had a look at because it takes all the food stuff. So we could just automate a farm and pump stuff in there. And you see these values? I mean, some of the stuff like carrots, 43,000 RF. That's quite something. But what's definitely in here, as soon as I can find it, I should have probably remembered what page it's on because it's somewhere in here. Which is new. Acorns are in here, but we use those for crafting. There, rotten flesh, 9,600 RF. And if I'm not mistaken, we have a little bit of rotten flesh at 4,000. And any surplus apples, 6,000 we could put in there. And, you know, there's other stuff that we probably never need. Probably spider eyes. I don't know, is that a thing? Can I please not have a cursor here? Thank you. Spider eyes, look at that. Culinary generator, 38,000 RF. So I think we're going to set up two of these. Well, one of each. And these also can be upgraded, right? Yeah, with this, the modifier component, which is concrete powder, redstone, and iron, which we can do. In themselves, they don't really need that much. Furnace, fishing rod, iron hoe, flint and steel. Yeah. So let us go ahead and we make one of each. And set this up with some import and some export filters and all that stuff so we can start making power. Then we want to store that power somewhere, right? So there's two batteries I had to look at. There's the chargers. That's a tier 3, which needs some of this stuff, and a tier 2, which needs some of this stuff, and a tier 1, and then there's the tier 1. So we could do that. This can hold 1,000,000 RF, or FE. Yeah, this pack seems to be big on FE. For me, it's still RF. It doesn't matter. There's also the energy battery from Integrated Dynamics. This one is a bit different. Place in a crafting grid with other energy batteries to increase capacity. So you can take this one, which is just mineral and redstone. And we have mineral sapling. We have tons of this stuff. It's basically for free, because we don't use it for anything else right now. And then you can use these, and you can use these and make a mechanical squeezer. Yes, okay, we don't need really that. Generator here, what is that kind of generator then? Produces energy from fuel. Lovely, don't need that. Energy interface, right. Let's have a look at these and get a more in-depth look here. That's just the energy battery. There you go, because there's more, you just don't get these recipes. It's all the same recipe, look at that. And it's all the 1 million one, but the biggest one here is the 16 million one. And all it says is you craft them with themselves. Pretty much. So we're going to have a look at those two, and then you get a little report about our experience. And once we have those going, we'll be right back, because that's just stupid crafting. And in the meantime, you can watch the horse. Look at him go. Look at that! Our horse grew up. It has a name. It's called Horse. It might also be a horse with no name. Huh? But it did do the work. We have more pulverized charcoal, so we can make more black concrete, or anything that needs black, because that's what you use that for, right? So we went ahead and made 3 generators: the culinary, the combustion, and the geothermal as well, the one that works on lava, because we have lava going anyway. And if that's not doing anything, it's just sitting around there with free cobblestone, which is the only thing it really needs. It might as well fuel up this guy. We can't make an ender tank at the moment because we're missing blaze rods. So we'll probably have to go back to the nether to farm some, but for that, we need power to power our tools. It's a catch-22. Anyway, this is set up. So the way this works is we have the export cables up here and some filters on there. And here as well, as you can see, with all the leaves, plus a stack upgrade and a speed upgrade, so that fills up the cabinet quite nicely. And these just pump into the generators in front of them, and then the energy via energy extraction cable goes into the energy battery, which you can see at the bottom of the screen is a 10 million RF battery. So I made 10 batteries and crafted them together into this one. Could have gone up to 16 million, it seems, but 10 is good right now, and you'll see how that's going up, right? It's quite nice. Now, without speed modifiers, this is running quite slowly. Look at that. That's about 5 seconds for one process. I mean, this thing is quite a bit RF, so it's not that bad. But if you think about it, 5 seconds, so you have to divide the total number that this item produces, which is 9,600. Let's say 10,000 for easy math, right? Divided by 5 seconds, so that's 2,000. And a second is 20 ticks, so that's 10 per tick? 100 per tick? 100 per tick. That's not much. 100 RF per tick is not much. Then again, it just has a total value. The thing is, it's so low per tick because this thing is working so slow. If I put the modifiers in here, then now it's 1 second. So now it's just the 10,000 divided by 5. So now we're making 2,000 RF per tick. See, that's how fast you can go. I mean, I can speed this up really fast if I want to. There you go. We're running out of stuff before that. Yeah. No, not going to do that. Same here with the leaves. These are even worth. Without speed upgrades, we are talking about 20 RF per tick. With speed upgrades, yeah, it's 5 times as much. So it's not bad. This one obviously isn't running, but it has some speed upgrades in here. It will take some lava and then it will make some energy. There's the progress bar. Don't know what these are for. You can probably put a bucket in here that fills up the lava and then take the empty bucket out. Something like that, I would assume. Now the battery is almost full, and before we waste stuff, we probably want to do something with it. When these are full, they stop working. The internal buffer will fill up, which has, 500,000 capacity is not bad. So once they are full, they just stop processing. They stop in the middle of whatever they're doing. So we will need to get flux going now, which is our powerless, or our wireless power system. Powerless wire system? Really? Scott, say what? Something. It's a powerless wire system. It's the definition of dire wire.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So, flux. For flux, you need a flux plug, a flux point, a flux controller, and a flux storage if you're doing it right.
Yes. Quit flucking around.
Yeah, quit fluxing around, exactly. Flux storage, not so desperately, because we already have a battery going over here. We will get into that eventually, when we divide power coming in and power going out into 2 separate networks. But for now, to not confuse people, what do we need? We need a flux plug. That is putting power into the network. We need a flux point to take power out of the network into machines. So we want that first, because we're already putting power into the network. Flux core and a block of redstone. Flux core is an eye of ender, obsidian, and flux. Now what is flux? Flux is just redstone in a furnace, but you can see that takes a while. You used to be able to just do this and just throw it in there. Is that still a thing that's working? It seems to be doing something. There you go. I'm getting it now. Lovely. So we're just going to do this. Yep, that works. Should probably punch that out, because I don't know if fire tick is enabled or not. There's a lot of wood around here. So that's how fast you can get a stack of flux. A stock. Yes. You heard right. I'm doing all the words today just because I can. No, go in there. I should probably make a folder for that as well. Technically, first of all, we need the plug, because that will be taking energy out of the battery and putting that into the wireless network. So, we need some Eyes of Ender. I don't think we have any lying around. Yeah, let's make a stack, why wouldn't you? Sure. Seems like we have enough material to do that. It's weird. Obsidian, don't know how much we have. How many flux cores can we do? 44. Okay. Flux block needs flux cores and all that flux stuff. So, how many do we actually need? We need one block here to make one plug. And then for the points, we don't need any blocks. That is good. And for the controller, we need 5. So let's make those 6 that we desperately need. Put that in the system. The controller I'm just going to put right on top of here. It's not going to be doing much right now. First thing we're going to do is select the network. We don't have any network yet, so we have to create one, which is right here. And that's just going to be output. This is the network we're going to use to put energy from the energy network out into the machines where we need it. You're going to be green. Why not? Sure. Forge energy, yeah, sure, everything is using FE instead of RF. It doesn't matter because we have conversion on. You're not private, you're public, so Scott can use it as well. I'm going to save that. There you go. And now we can enable left hand and right hand and inventory, hotbar, and all that wireless charging, which is exactly what we want. Wireless charging enabled. Thank you. At some stage you might have to disable that when we craft like batteries that can't be charged if you want to use them for more crafting. You just have to be aware of that. Other than that, right now, transfer limit, we want to switch that off. Priority, nobody cares. Name, nobody cares. Nothing is currently going on because this thing isn't attached to anything. The battery is full though, so we might as well start using that. Behind here, I'm just going to attach the plug. It's a big old thing. Select the network, that one. And we're going to go and say, no transfer limit, please. And that should put energy into the network. Not doing much yet. See, the phaser rifle is not yet charging. Wow, freaking wow, right?
Yeah.
By the way, what's Thor's doing? Freaking wow.
Oh. Pole dancing? Oh.
Okay, yeah, right. So we figured out what was wrong. It was not technically flux. Flux is working. We did make one of the batteries here, basic storage, 256,000 RF. We didn't really have to. What we had to do is attach the plug to an energy extraction cable, which actually has some settings here. Transfer rate, such, always on, redstone on, yeah. It won't hook directly to that thing, the battery, for some reason. It did hook directly to these generators, that wasn't a big deal. And as you can see here, they stopped working as soon as the internal buffer filled up. Nice, very nice. These are all still full. Shouldn't be running out of leaves anytime soon. We have tons of leaves. Around 100,000 in total. It doesn't take all of them. Like oak it doesn't want, dark oak it does, acacia it doesn't, jungle it does. It's a bit weird. I mean, you can see the filter here. Apple, jungle, spruce, birch, and mandrill. That's basically the almost vanilla ones it takes. But then, yeah, it goes all weird. Alright, anyway, this is going, and as you can see, phaser rifle charged. And if I shoot, and it recharges, and it constantly recharges, and it's full. I can shoot that guy. It's lovely. If you do this on a multiplayer server and you want to work with teams, up here is allowed players, you actually have to set a second person here. Although the whole network might be public, that just means people can access your stuff. But this means that the wireless charging and all that works. So, we should now be able to go back to the nether and kick some butt. Right?
Yep.
Don't flip the bird. You flip the phaser rifle. Okay, I get that. Right, so, but for you guys, you know, it's time to go home. Go watch somebody else. Because we're gonna go to the nether and we're gonna kick some blaze butt. Yeah. And next time, we're gonna see what we can do with all this power, because we want to get into Mechanism, we want to do the digital miner, and then we want to go to the Lost Cities and mine all the stuff that we can't mine yet, right?
Yep.
See you then!
Bye-bye!